last night. Police say after Jesse Berger was told to wear a mask, he took it off while walking away from the officers. They say he refused to sign his citation, so he was taken to jail. Patrick Walls was also arrested after police say he grabbed his license from an officer who was writing a citation because he wasn't wearing a mask. And Deshaun Williams was also arrested after he tried to walk away instead of taking his citation. And Nashville is running out of space in its intensive care units. Only 11% of ICU beds are now available, which is down 3% from just yesterday. 17% of hospital beds are now available. The city's goal for both categories is 20% in order to move forward with reopening. Well, the president signed executive orders yesterday aimed at helping the economy deal with the pandemic, but there's concern that some of those orders just might not be feasible. Deirdre Bolton has more on what both sides are saying.
The United States, now with 5 million confirmed cases and more than 162,000 deaths from coronavirus. The pandemic throwing the economy into crisis. Millions of unemployed Americans have been relying on the $600 a week supplemental federal unemployment payment, a benefit that expired on July 31st. Talks on Capitol Hill to extend those payments collapsed on Friday.
Therefore, I'm taking executive action. We've had it.
On Saturday, President Trump bypassing Congress, signing 4 executive actions.
Through these 4 actions, my administration will provide immediate and vital relief to Americans struggling in this difficult time.
The president seeking to restore unemployment benefits, but slashing the weekly checks to $400, requesting that states share the cost. Also, minimizing evictions, suspending interest on federal student loans, and enacting payroll tax cuts. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi not mincing words.
What the president did is, I agree with the Republican senator said, it was unconstitutional slop. While it has the illusion of saying we're going to have a moratorium on evictions, it says, I'm going to ask you, the folks in charge to study if that's feasible. While he says he's going to do the payroll tax, what he's doing is undermining Social Security and Medicare.
Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin says that's not the case.
That's just factually inaccurate. There'd be no reduction to those benefits, and the president's made that very clear.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer calling the executive orders unworkable.
Most states will take months to implement it because it's brand new. It's sort of put together with spit and paste.
But the president's top economic advisor disagrees.
The states are the ones that process the federal benefits before. So I don't see any reason why it'd be all that difficult.
There's also the question of whether states can afford to chip in 25% of that $400 benefit.
The answer is I don't know yet, but I think what really needs to happen is Congress needs to get back in and negotiate.
So far, no word yet on whether Trump administration officials and Democratic leadership will resume negotiations. Deirdre Bolton, ABC News, New York.
Well, Mayor John Cooper says long-term effects of the COVID-19 pandemic need to start being addressed, including a strategic plan he hopes to create for the homeless. All for Him Ministry says the homeless population in need has doubled since the pandemic started, and their needs are growing for food, hygiene products, and tents. Founder Heather Young says people are struggling without jobs or incomes, and it will likely get worse before it gets better.
I think we have to be prepared for the amount of people that are going to be out here, for the amount of camps, and I pray for grace for them because this is reality right now, and it could be any of us.
And Young says it will take creativity to combat the growing homeless crisis. Mayor Cooper says he hopes to have COVID-19 resources set aside to assist with the great need for affordable housing.